We are right where you need us. This is State of the Matters on First Next News, where top stories driving our nation will be unpacked. To help us break down the headlines is First Next in-house source person, Kings Ojalo. First, we'll bring you the headlines. Alex Otti, Abia has seen the light. In a major critics, Igbos will govern Nigeria at God's own time. Bringing you this report is Kasi Tony. We'll go on a short break now. When we return, we'll move straight to the discussion. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show, State of the Matters. It's a pleasure having you on set.
Thank you so much, Cassie. It's good to be back again on this segment. Good to be back again. Honestly.
Okay. So without much time, we see Abia State Governor saying that Abia State has seen the light. And then he described himself as he described his emergence as a governor as a defining moment for Abia. Now, what do we call this? So we say it is self-exaltation.
Well, I think this is not, let me not use the word, or let me not try to defend this word.
Okay.
But on the long run, I think this is a self-detailing. Now, when I mean by self-detailing, I'm talking about when someone is trying to orchestrate or make known about, his activity so far in the lives of millions and in his current administration.
Okay.
If you look at Alex Otti administration, we could see that indeed, just as he said, Abia have seen the light. Now, I'm going to state some varieties that has occurred in the previous administrations before him, so that it will define his own current statement.
Okay.
Now, looking at some of the index that I have here on past administrations, I'm talking about the lives of former governors like people like Orji Uzor Kalu, who has been a great critic of him.
Okay.
We also have that of also his predecessor. We're talking about Okeze and others. Okeze, yes, the former governor before Alex Otti arrived. Now, before the arrival of Alex Otti, let me remind the people of Abia that Abia had a very chrono depth that was on ground. Before we are talking about in the administration of that of Okoze, which Abia was owing approximately 191.2 billion. That was by his predecessor. You understand? Now, in that of Orji Uzor Kalu, there was a crime, that he faced, a crime that there was a crime allegation that he faced, that the EFCC made known publicly, which there was an embezzlement of 7.1 billion. Now, these are funds that is enough to be able to quench a whole federation's problems and thereabout. Now, there was another ghost project that was borrowed, still on that administration, 10 billion naira no for a proposed airport project that there was nothing to be accounted of. Now, this whole thing, infrastructure decay and thereabout, has caused so many road trap and also road sabotage, like that of the Port Harcourt Umoma Road and also Uboha Road, that was not totally well infrastructured and thereabout. Now, what are the welfares, what they call it, welfare and economic stagnation that really happened during those past administration? We are looking at unpaid wages. We also have multi-salary arrears and thereabout. Now, this governor, we are talking about the lives of Alex Otti, he has come out and really made clarification, and we could see his administration is really, really sorting those things out. Look at the recent breach that he commissioned, the Omenoko Bridge. I don't know if I pronounced it well, but the Omenoko Bridge, which he has recently commissioned. I think that bridge was abandoned for over 40 years. Nobody, could able to rehabilitate that bridge. Nobody was coming to the aid of that place, and that took the life.
The same bridge that collapsed and took the lives of Reverend Umakpai's children.
And other school fellows that were going, I think, for an excursion at Nigeria, and the bridge collapsed that took the life of those two children and other students that were following on that trip. So what are we talking about here? So when someone is trying to, people may think, oh, it's a self-exaltation and there, but no, this is not self-exaltation. He's just making it plain and black, and he's making sure that, look, Abia people should take the right decision, most especially coming 2027. Yes, you understand. So this is the time the people should be foresighted to know the needful, because they are propagates. There are people behind the scene right now trying to blindfold these same people. You understand? When they bring out money elements now, people want to fall into it, forgetting the person who is really, really ready to make sure that that state, come back to life. Abia State has not had infrastructure in terms of constant electricity supply until the enforcement of Alex Otti. So what are we talking about? In the whole of Nigeria and the whole of South, Abia State is the only state that has their own power supply. So what are we talking about? In the whole of Nigeria, not just in the whole of Southeast. Not even Lagos can match that. Even Lagos are even trying to compare with that of Abia. Only some certain areas in Lagos State that are having constant light. The rest are blackout. So what are we talking about? So this is not a self-exaltation. It is detailing the facts. It's bringing out the fact to the people of Abia. Know what you are doing. That is it. We are looking at Benjamin Kalu the other time, going about local government, trying to commission one or two, forgetting that, look, in his own time, what happened? All Jews or Kalu trying to criticize the current governor, saying that the state house, he took it to another, he's going to stay in another local government, while he abandoned that in the city. In his own tenure, what was the makeup of Abia State? These are questions we should learn to look at legacies behind and see the effect of that of the people before, criticizing.
So this, you're saying, looking at legacies behind now. This statement, Abia has seen the light, no more darkness. Does it mean it's going to be a continuity? Are the people going to expect, okay, if Alex eventually leaves the office, the next governor that comes will continue from where he stopped, so that they will not go back to darkness? It's
very simple. If Alex peradventure decides to leave office right now, or does not choose to contest for the next governorship election coming 2027, the people should now look for a resemblance. You know what I'm talking about? Someone who will continue this good legacy, so that they will enjoy the perfect administration which everybody desires to have. It's very simple. Okay. You understand? So Alex Otti right now he has done well for the people of Abia State. This is a man that has the vision on how people can, live sustainably in that state. And it's really thriving, and it's really telling on him. So what else? Okay.
So there's a major critics about one Igbo evangelist. His name is Evangelist Elliot. He said that God's time is the best for the Igbos, so they should stop trying to take power, becoming president by force. Now, is this critics? What do we call this criticism?
Well, we could see that someone is kind of being a loyalist, even in another. First of all, we want to ask, who is this individual? No, from the look of things, people talk, without, let me use the word reasoning. You are saying the Igbos should come out, at the appropriate time when God's time permits. That is when the Igbos to rule. Now, what about the other sub-regions of Nigeria? Why did they not wait for God's time? The Arewa Forum, the Oduduwa Forum and thereabouts. Why are candidates in those areas not waiting for God's time first? Why are they pushing on? This is from this statement, you will see that it is a clear loyalist to a particular administration or a particular party platform that are against probably any individual who is embarking on presidency political run. You understand? So that is what it is.
He even said they are desperate. He called it desperation.
Calling it desperation, that, like I said, is a word coming out from a loyalist to whoever. I don't want to mention him. Now, everyone is desperate. Okay. Everyone is desperate. Okay, if let me use our current president, the current administration. We're talking about the life of President Tinubu. If he's not desperate, why is he why is he creating the so-called New Hope agenda? Why did he not decide to say, okay, after this term, I will stay back and go back to Lagos State, where I came from, and relax? So what bringing out these the Igbos are this desperate and they are not waiting for God's time. They don't want to wait, and there are even some statements, you know, made she made here saying that they lack variables. That they lack variables, trying to go into you know, unnecessary affairs that might not really profit the affairs. That Igbo should, in fact, those things are just you know, a word from a loyalist who probably must have collected one or two side gifts from our opposition. You understand? What I expect is for her or him to create a forum that will enable a Southeast presidency to occur. Like I usually say, Nigeria needs change. God's time, okay. If it is God's time, see, God. You see, when someone called God, we should know that yes, God is not the author of confusion. You understand? So if it was God's time for this so-called individuals or presidencies that has taken over past administration and made Nigeria worse as it is today, how come Nigeria are facing all this calamity? So are you trying to say that it was God's time for Nigeria to suffer? It was God's time for Nigeria to go through terrorism, insurgencies, and thereabout? Are you trying to say that it was God's time for Nigeria to start facing, you know, hardship, increment? Name all the things we are going through. Are you not saying it is God's time for Nigerians to face all this from those who are not Igbos? So, you know, their statement sometimes is out of reasoning. You understand? I am not saying that an Igbo candidate will change Nigeria overnight. But what I am saying here right now is we need something new. That is what Nigeria needs. Nigeria needs something new. Okay? An Igbo man coming to presidency doesn't mean Nigeria will become great or will become a safe haven overnight. But what I'm trying to say is that we've had Yoruba ruling Nigeria. We've had the Fulani ruling Nigeria. We've had an Hausa ruling Nigeria. Probably even someone from the south, just in few years, who also ruled Nigeria. What has been the outcome? So you should see that this is someone speaking out of being a loyalist. So someone who is trying to depress the Southeasterners from taking over rulership of Nigeria. Since when has Nigeria, the Igbos ruled Nigeria? Since when did Nigeria, an Igbo man ruled Nigeria last? Since the Nnamdi Azikiwe era till now. What has changed so fast from there since the Northerners has ruled, the Fulanis has ruled, the Hausas has ruled? What has been the change? So you coming out to say it's a way of, I think this is a means of depriving a particular region of their rights. And later they will say we are all Nigerians. They will say the Igbos belong to the constitution. They will still be the one coming out to say, oh, there's nowhere in the constitution that say Igbos should not rule. So what are you talking about? And it's even a shameful thing that this statement is coming from someone who is also from the Southeast. So what are we talking about? We see that the democracy and affair of this country is not in accordance the way it should be. So this individual who is making this proclamation should be proved and ask questions. You understand? If as a matter of by legislatures, if it will permit. Okay. So I think Nigeria should wake up. You understand? To see that, look, there are people even in their own sub-region that don't want, you know, the upliftment of someone that will definitely bring light to this country. Okay, look at that of Alex Otti now. Definitely people are criticizing him, downgraded his mandate and thereabout. But what is happening in Abia State today? So I strongly believe that if an Igbo man rules, I'm not an Igbo man, but I will stand the fact, I will definitely state the fact that when an Igbo man, there must be changes in one way or the other. Definitely. So we need that change. We need someone from outside the particular regions that have been ruling Nigeria for a quite period of time that we have been having the same challenges and issues around the country, and see how it goes.
All right, thank you so much, King Ojalo. We've come to the end of the show, State of the Matters. You've heard from our analysts. Nigeria needs a change for more productive effectivity. Thank you so much, King Ojalo, for joining us.
Thank you, Cassie, for having me here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And to you, our viewers, many thanks for staying tuned. It's a bye for now.